Hello everyone and welcome to another match of Roulette Rivals 17. This time we continue the Swiss round 2 with a very exciting USA versus USA match. SpottheCat will play Zai. As I quickly find a way to refresh these streams, give appropriate volume to it. I swear I clicked on Zai as well. Yes, that's great. I am very much done with this sound, but yeah, this is a winner versus winner matchup. Both of these pairs are on 1 point. Apologies, I actually forgot to check if the previous opponent. Yes, Zai has defeated Peck with a score of 7-3 with a strong 4-0 lead, Miami Berlin. And SpottheCat has defeated Ducker. That was a huge win on the final day of round 1, I remember now. Of course, Zai is famous for, well, many things, even in the terms of Swiss stage, because he has made such a nice surge in the second half of last tournament. He has won his last 3 matches, I think, to miss out on qualification by the tiniest of the tiebreaker margins. But also the fact that he very much likes to tell, and it is a really fun fact, that with a winning streak of 4, he is the player with the longest active streak in the community, so no other player has won their last 4 matches other than Zai. So it should be very exciting to see, and Spot is, of course, he's been around for a while, but I would still say that he's an up-and-comer in terms of the Roulette Rivals experience. The match URL is now turned on, so hopefully we will have sound when these players will start playing. We'll of course interact with the streams a little. And before I say the first spin, Janini will be my co-caster, but will be a couple of minutes late. So with everything out of the way, here's the first spin of the match. Sean Rose fires Hacker, Penelope Gray's AR as Explosives Specialist with NTKO, so you cannot specify Penny. And then it's Ezra Kitchen Knife as Militia Cook, and then another red box for Maya Parvati Screwdriver as Militia Spec Ops. So Colorado chosen by Spot, and then we go to Ambrose chosen by Zai. I think Colorado could really go either way. I don't really expect that one would have much bigger experience. And there is Yanni. Hello, how's it going? Welcome in. I think perfectly on time. Didn't miss anything.
Good on my side. I can't hear you yet. Second.
It's I guess it is a reverse situation, because I'm usually the streamer. When I'm a co-caster, I can't hear the main caster. But this time, I think we all can hear the co-caster, but the co-caster can't hear me. So, yeah,
okay, there we go.
And now it's all working out nice.
Figured it out. Hello.
Hello and welcome in.
Glad to join this one. Sorry that you had to start without me, but I'm here now, and let's go.
It was hard, but we somehow endured during this West Bridge shenanigans. So,
yeah, classic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Colorado seems like the. I didn't check the V-rays there, but I think I just mentioned that Colorado, neither player look or seem like Colorado specialist, but rather than all-rounders. Ambrose I definitely associate with Zai, so should be very exciting to see. So it's about who can manage their nerves on this 4 Tigers map with 2 NTKOs.
Yes, it is very interesting, sure. I mean, technically there's no shoot in the spin, but of course with the assault rifle, it is also, you know, nice option to start here to get that in straight away. But of course, Penelope is quite annoying. If you can't kill her right away, have to let her walk, have to wait quite a while to let her get back. But of course, especially in Colorado, as we all have experienced and have watched in plenty matches, in Colorado, often a good first try, it doesn't matter really how long it is, as long as you don't get, you know, get drawn into the Colorado death spiral, I'll call it.
Yeah, it's exactly true. And I think they have avoided the first part of Colorado restart cycle by not starting Hacker. I think there was the temptation because of the Sean kill, but bringing the AR is all the more practical with the suit start, so props to them starting Westbridge, and they are often running Zai with a hostile glitch.
Absolutely, and that is of course rough. He is in the right disguise. It's not impossible, of course, to get over here. This is the way, more or less, you would take for Maya anyway, but he's now already in quite a bit of trouble. Nearly filled out his whole whoosh bar. We'll have to cancel that with a traction shot or something.
What? Look at him go to the
Oh my god,
rooftop.
what? That is really wild, what?
And that's the investigation. So, oh my goodness, I have never seen anything like that. The peekaboo
No.
going on a floor above than expected. Not a ceiling shot, but an actual peekaboo.
Worked out amazingly for him. I mean, that would have certainly been a big problem, but that is that is insane.
I mean, I don't think this match gonna get any better, and I hope I'm really wrong, but it's this peak already, and we are 4 minutes into Colorado. Here's the Maya
It's
Assumption.
amazing. I mean, Colorado always makes for some great moments, I think. Good and bad, but this has been great so far, yes. But of course, we also hope. So, I mean, this hostile might now work out in his advantage because he got a peekaboo in Maya. The throw he did was too early, so wouldn't have gotten Maya, but he peekabooed Maya. So this will be interesting in what he can maybe do with this.
He really needs to get a screwdriver and fast. The only good part of this
Oh my
situation
gosh.
is that he won't be trespassing in the red barn. I think when you are on hostile glitch, then your own area is okay, but you really need a screwdriver, and it's not looking like this Maya kill could be done in the first 3 minutes.
Oh man, this is really rough. Like there's a screwdriver right there, and you cannot get it, and the no KO as well. And he's just walking around, and this is so rough a decision because you're 3 minutes in, and you don't really want to restart, of course, but also missing Mai here. I mean, it doesn't screw up your run. You can just wait, but it's like messes up a lot of things. And I would argue for like leaving the guys here somewhere and then approaching them differently. But he's in such a tough spot here. I mean, he will now get the screwdriver finally with 1,000 bushes. But okay, he will actually replan. Yeah.
It's, I think, the toughest part of determining whether you want to give out the 3 minutes of in-game time you have, and that is a big restart. But the rest of the run will be such uncharted territory. I don't even know if you could make the whole Sean ISO in the shed, or do you just want to bring somewhere else?
Yeah.
It's a replan to Orchard, by the way, nice.
Interesting, yes. Would also make sense to me if you start suit anyway, and you don't have to make the track over, so why not? I couldn't immediately say if it's better or worse, but it's, you know, it's definitely also a viable option.
Yeah, it's a type of spin where you just want to start suit and bring the AR, because there's no start where you can anti-KO Penelope with a large item. I think there is the one strat. All the cook chart and other alternative West bridges and delays, but explosive specialists you can't get. So it's any suit start you like.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally. You know, if it were for Ezra or something, the kill, the no KO kill, you could argue for like a explosive special to start and do it loud, but of course for Penelope that's not really an option. Oh, the throw out of the crouch will be a problem for Zai though. Quickly, technical thing. Your stream on Discord does not work. Just to, you know, like Discord just denies me entry.
Then
maybe if you can restart that or something.
I will do that. If I don't share a screen, then I'll... Yeah, this one. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I did notice that you had to go to the caster overlay, but yeah. Nah, nice.
That's much better.
You talked about the restart spiral, and I really hope I can figure this one out. The one part I didn't understand from the first Orchard start is the distraction for the 2 militia soldiers, sorry, so the regular guys at the West Bridge gate. I'm not sure why that could be.
So I haven't exactly seen what he did. There is a thing that's quite common where you shoot like a distraction there, and then shoot the distraction for the shoot the box for the guy. So he walks around to the box and doesn't call it in because you distracted someone else. That is a decently common way to do that, yes.
Okay, I think I remember that from the early Roulette resources. That's a nice way to handle it. Spot with 2 kills down already.
It's really he is doing quite well. I mean, he also had some initial troubles, of course, but like Zai is still trying to figure this out. But Spot is really going well. I mean, I would definitely argue that, like, I mean, Spot even got the Penelope kill out of the way, which is maybe like the longest kill you would normally argue, because you would just wait for her to get back to the house. But he managed that really nicely, with an alternative strat, and now. Now, interesting. Spots made Sean sick for what I would say isn't the longest, but the most difficult kill maybe of the spin. Um, I actually don't know where he will go from here. Do you?
There are a couple of things I don't understand about this last move, but it is Spot's map choice. I trust him, and I've heard that Seeker is being used a bit more and more recently. I don't know where he goes. I don't remember Spot bringing a canister. I've just leaned forward to see if the agency pickup is still unchecked.
No,
So
I don't think he did. No.
it's, I guess, only because of a delay, so that he can grab a hacker and do some Sean chain lure or gun click or whatever you like in a couple
It does
minutes.
really look like that. I agree. It does really look like that. I mean, he just didn't have a hacker yet, so it makes sense to like just buy yourself some time, right? And then of course, while you're on your way, why not also get this kill out of the way? But it would make sense to me, yeah, that it's just a bit of time bought for him.
One thing that worries me about Spot's final kill is that I don't see a silenced firearm in his hand, and I don't see
Ooh.
a taser or a breach or anything like that. So it seems
Oh,
like
you
the
are,
loud gunshot will get this final kill done.
oh, you are very much correct. I hadn't even noticed that before. And he's also a hacker, so he does not even like he can steal a lot. So the loud pistol is not really a viable thing to steal, right? Because
Yeah.
you, I mean, you could, but it's it's not the greatest thing. And a loud weapon you can obviously steal as well. I mean, you could take him from here. That should be okay-ish. But a hacker is only those guys that can't carry a loud weapon. Can't carry a weapon. So if you want the large weapon, it's also illegal. So it's gonna be a bit tricky for him. He has that nice two dart guns with the Calmer and the Seeker, but of course that is a bit of an issue. I mean, if he just gets Sean, like if he punctures it with a screwdriver, I mean, also if he has a shotgun, it probably one-shots the barrel anyway, but in either case, he should be fine, but it's gonna be very sketchy.
Yeah, of all the Colorado players and pickers and those who practice this map, I don't think anyone has found themselves in a situation where a loud shotgun would be between you and finishing this thing.
I don't think so, no. But also, all the while, we haven't talked about V in a while. As I did also get some Michael down, and is now working on getting a hacker, which he did not transport over yet. Just strength should work out quite fine. Also completed Chameleon, very nice.
Yeah.
Always started hacker, I guess, something.
Yeah, I guess the type of players who just do that there. And it is post-match choice, so can't be expected for him to practice as much. Sean is going to the red barn, which is going to be very difficult for the next half of the spin or half of his cycle, because it's a long cycle. And I mean, there is a barrel in the red barn, but it's once again something that is not practiced and not really a restart because of being late.
Oh, that's right. I mean, he's still thinking about it, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, there's a barrel, and that's also, I mean, you don't want to restart like an 8-minute run, right? But also, where would you get him? Because, yeah, now he just, because like, it's so close, because, I mean, there's also, not even like an oil drum, there's also the other thing, like there's
I think a gasoline tank, yeah.
Yes, thank you, a gasoline tank, where the guy smokes, which is so close, but you don't really have any way to get him there, so all those 8 minutes are wasted. That is really unfortunate for Spot.
Speaking of Sean Fire troubles, I think Zai did the gun click and it didn't work, and I wouldn't be able to tell you why it didn't work, but Blunt says that it's, I guess, in the gun click part of the lures guide, so I guess it's a known reason why Zai is failing this gun click, but I couldn't tell you why.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he did it what he did wrong or not. But Moosehead might be an issue if he had a shot left in the gun and didn't think to click. I don't know. Okay, 2 not empty. Yeah, that's unfortunate that he did that wrong. He does actually have him on a chain here with a briefcase, which is very nicely done.
Oh,
That is
what
crazy.
a save. So far, of course,
Yes.
the kill actually has to happen, but
There's also a lot of guards around. Like there's this explosive specialist. There are those 2 guards. He hasn't prepped the drum, so he's gonna panic these people here.
I think
But
he
it
used
could
the screwdriver, so one shot, but
Okay, never mind. That helps a lot then. Yes, to make this kill quite easily doable. Okay, I did not see that. I specifically looked and it wasn't leaking, I thought, but it leaked, so that's nice. Still getting some panics here. Oh, and we really now got a Penelope lockdown. That's not ideal, of course.
that is not ideal for in-game time, but for Zai to be able to collect his thoughts and secure the next disguise for
yes.
this live kill, I think I would even say it's preferable, because otherwise I don't
Honestly,
think
yes.
he would have the time to get these guys for her.
Honestly, I don't disagree. She would be back in the house in like 1 minute, and the explosive specialist are also now panicked. So you need to get to this guy and back. To be fair, she stays in the house for like a minute or so. But it is definitely not bad. The problem
Zai
is
is chasing the cook. Oh my god, this could be like the barracks beat down, but not for Penelope, but instead the miniature cook disguise for the first time ever.
Yes. That would be crazy. The cook is accompanied by someone else here. Also, Zai does have some dirty bodies in there, doesn't he? And there's someone is going in there.
Oh,
yeah,
he
he
called
didn't.
it.
He should have hit the bodies. And he didn't think of it in the moment, of course. You have a lot of things to worry about there, which so I don't blame him at all. But yeah, those dirty bodies. He just pressed instinct once, and I was like, oh, there are 2 bodies there that have not been hidden. Of course, with all cards start.
I think that would have been. I think that would have caught me off guard as well, because it's been so long since the Orchard chaos, and when Zai got the target lockdown, my instinct was to go get the specialist actually, not the cook. So I wouldn't even have been in instinct range for those disguises.
Yep.
It's just tough for both of them. I think Fire Hacker, it wasn't the kill itself, but the things surrounding it goes in both flips, and now we are 15 minutes down and 15 minutes to go.
Okay. So yeah, let's take maybe a step back and view and view this on a macro level, because I think while Zai, I mean, of course, had some troubles there. His overall plan, of course, would have worked. It's just a bit didn't quite all work out. But I think Spot, if he can arrive a bit earlier at Sean and doesn't have to do all those things, I mean, so he seeked him, right? And then he went out and didn't come back, because I guess he was already at that part of a cycle. If he seeks him earlier and buys the time with that, I think that surely will work, right? So, I think he's just a little bit too late. So we can fix that. I think he's on a good path. I mean, Spot also kind of forces the Penelope kill, which makes all the other kills a bit harder, timing-wise. And if he doesn't, it didn't really save a lot of time anyway, so if he doesn't do that maybe this time, that would help him.
I know the one thing that Spot will do differently, and that might be enough to just save the run, is that Spot has the briefcase and has the AR. Sadly, by the time I finished this sentence, he had to restart anyway because of the... And it is, ironically, once again a seeker shot. I have seen players practice with it, but...
So, I mean, actually, this seeker shot was only to delay him, right?
Yeah.
And lockdown also delays him, so this was the worst outcome that could have happened.
And I think I said it for the second time, that Spot will restart when he just paused and didn't restart. I'm sorry, Spot, I'm way too pessimistic.
It is a fair assumption, to be honest. But now, this I don't like. He's trying to really force this early Penelope kill, which does not really save him any time. Now definitely won't. And this is so sketchy. Please just don't do it. Yeah. I think if he just went back to the house and got the hacker, or even got the cook this kill in the meantime, I think he would have been pretty much on track. But now his own greed, in my opinion, leads him to another restart.
Yeah, it's so this spin, I think, of course, has two straightforward kills in the second half, but then Sean and Penelope does take time. If you, I'm just trying to think of the in-game time comparisons. There is really nothing too bad with wanting to end on Penelope and the 7 minute, maybe 7.5 in-game time, because if you get the barrack beat down at, I don't know, 4.5 minutes, then you still have the Sean kill left with all the back and forth and hiding the bodies and luring. So I don't think, like, there is no, to me, there is no obvious way to cut minutes from Penelope last.
Yep, I absolutely agree with you. But in either case, I hope for Spot's sake that either he changes his mind, or I mean, his start is not bad at all. Like, I think the it can absolutely work the barracks, if he like combines it a bit better and makes it a bit more linear. I mean, I think I like the earlier distraction for Sean. If the secret would have worked, I think that might have worked out very well. But he has like pretty much one more shot if he doesn't rip early at doing this. So let's see what will happen. I'm not sure why he double shot here, but you know it works. But in either case, sorry.
I just accepted it as Zai. Oh, bumps. That's Blue Egg is great when you are not just passing, but you are just passing. You just immediately start bumping people and they turn and they spot you. Oh,
yeah, that's rough. I was about to like, I just wanted to like begin talking about Zai and his progress, and then he does that. So that's unfortunate. So both are pretty much back at 0. Not quite, to be fair. Spot is a little bit ahead. Got his hacker isolated. I'm not sure why it's not taking the hacker. I mean, to be fair, if he really has this planned out like this, like he actually did it, you know. I mean, it nearly worked out, to be fair. But like, if he really has this work out, that he like anyway wants to get Maya and then wants to go back for Ezra and then wants to transport the hacker over, you know, makes perfect sense to leave the disguise there. So I get it, but it means he's kind of locked in again with this like order of things.
Yeah, it's gonna be the third main run for Spot. I think the interesting part is that for all the rips these two players have, they have never restarted at the same time, so still a chance for always avoiding the photo finish. I'm really curious. I think it's the Penelope part that he would have to give up very soon, and I guess we won't find out for a couple more minutes, but you're right that he's not doing anything in terms of bringing the hacker closer to Sean. He's just looking for different ways, safer ways to make the same distractions and delays.
Yes, I agree. And but I think, and that's why I think he's gonna go for the same plan, which, to be fair, if the seeker shot, I mean, last time he got spotted with the seeker shot, because I think he was just standing too, like, mainly in the window. I think he, like, if he moves a bit more to the side, you know, I think there's a very good chance that, also nice synchronous boxing there. If the seeker shot works out for him, I think there's a very good chance that this plan of his will all come together. And he did, like, all the kills itself, he did quite cleanly this far. So I think there's a good chance that might work out if he can combine all those things. It's just a lot of things that have to go right.
That was a huge pause by Spot. There was no reason for him to be in a crash, but because he wasn't in any prompt, but I was scared.
Yeah, it was get fair.
It's an unassuming seeker shot, right? And I think Spot was just a bit careless with it. I think he can save that for the second time. Timing is perfect for chain lore, and for the first time, the two players will be doing something similar at the same time, and not just the boxing, but the Maya isolation.
Let's go. You're absolutely right, which is really nice.
Really?
Yeah, it should work. I had some trouble with the chain lure on his attempt before that, but this time he gets it nice and cleanly. Now the early Gavos gets the Maya kill down, and let's see Spot going for a seeker shot again. This will be decided, a very important factor.
Ooh, it's gonna be
a lot
an
better.
awkward angle on Sean. One miss. Second one. Oh, barely hit. We could see it from the pause menu.
Like yeah, that looked like a miss to me as well. But it's against the body found. Oh.
So it is the barrack bodies, right?
Did he trank the cook or something?
Which player was
I
going
don't
for the
know.
cook? No, I think he KO'd and hit the cook, but maybe the gun wasn't
Oh,
brought
that
away.
would be unlucky, but you might very well be right. Yeah, that might be it. But it was the barracks buddies.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. So, oh, the briefcase. Chad is saying he left the
Even the
briefcase at the cook.
briefcase. Oh,
That is unfortunate. Yeah, that really sucks. And now, I mean, honestly, I mean, so 7 minutes might barely be enough with his early penalty kill. Like, if he chains this perfectly, oh, but Ezra is too late. He went too late, and Ezra didn't get proxied. Oh, now I don't.
that
I mean,
settles it.
that settles it. Spot does not have a chance anymore, realistically. I'm sorry, but like, even if it all lines up with his penalty kill and then going back to Ezra, and then there's no way you're doing this under 7 minutes, really.
No, I think it was difference. Sport's best strat could beat like 7:15, but not the 6:15
Yeah.
that he has remaining. So props to him from trying, and
Oh,
props
and
to
Zai
Zai
yeah,
for trying,
okay.
but he gets hunted
Oh.
with shooting, I think, a gun in the trespassing area, seen by the explosive specialist. And that will be end of
That's
Colorado.
unfortunate.
Two different mentalities. Zai knows that he doesn't have the time. Spot hopes or prays. I'm not sure how confident he is. I think it will be a tie though.
Yo, I absolutely agree. I think that this will certainly be a tie. But of course, we will let Spot try. We won't discourage anyone from attempting their best. But I do absolutely agree with you that this will be a tie. On the plus side, this was a very nice Colorado. Had a lot of great moments, and it was very exciting to watch. So it will be a 1-to-1, but it was not a boring one. That's for sure.
No, not at all. Just a simple. No, it's not simple, but the fact that it's one condition out of the 8, fire for Sean, caused this many troubles for the players. It's not that it's good to watch or enjoyable, but the whole building up the strats was entertaining. If not for these, of course, the ending failing. I don't think anyone was. I think both players were 3 kills down, but never 4.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, 3 is also already pretty close, but sadly just not quite enough. But yeah, I mean, especially Colorado, in my opinion, that is one thing that makes it very enjoyable to watch, because you have so many targets that there are so many approaches that, and we have seen both players iterate through quite a few variations of their strats and like change it up. So that was really cool to see. Yeah. And that is always like, if you give them some time, it's always lovely to see.
This is a nice segue into the next thing I wanted to say. Still on Colorado, of course, and this is the Spot last try. I don't know how potent it is, but Spot's using this phone, which I haven't seen him use for many things. I think it's mostly just for the cook. But this entire 30 minutes went without either players bringing in the oil canister. Now I don't know the name exactly, but
No.
and that's strange to me that not even a replan they considered bringing in a second large item. It's a suit start anyway, so they would have to load out for it.
Honestly, I didn't think about it either. But then again, I always forget that this item exists.
That's tough though.
Yeah. No, but you're absolutely right. That is under consideration, especially because Spot has really like two. I mean, the phone, you can grab the cook without the phone for sure, and so the phone is really just a helping item for a natural Sean Fire. But then again, the Seeker he has is also pretty much only for Sean Fire. So he has 2 items for Sean Fire, which you could absolutely replace with like a pistol, which would help you here, and a gas canister. So that is absolutely a consideration you could make, for sure.
Yeah, I think Spot's final loadout is the Seeker and the Trank, the AR and the phone, and I could see swapping 2 of them as well.
Yeah.
Not that both of them would be a good idea, but the combination, I think, would just make it for a different strat.
Yeah, you could you could. I mean, you can't really omit the Trank because you need a pistol slot, but I mean, you could omit it for the pistol, of course. Yeah, absolutely. I think if you wanted to, then either the pistol, the phone, or the Korma could absolutely be omitted. But it's all theoretical anyway. So this is gonna be interesting because Spot. Okay, I mean Spot's gonna pause a lot. He won't have the time in any case. I don't think this would have been brought to the barracks, but he just makes it a bit harder for himself. But I don't think he has the time anyway.
Yeah, he needed the AR, and unfortunately he was an enforcer, so kind of got
Oh, I
stuck.
see.
And I'm
didn't
bringing the gun as
understand
far away from the barracks as possible, just in
that.
case.
That's very funny. Yeah. I mean, he also puts penalty now, so no shot he can complete this.
Yeah, I would love to see the fire kill before the deadline, just in any way necessary. But I think that's not Spot's priority. It will be a tie.
Spot is trying his best to improvise this one, but even if he gets this one kill, it's not gonna be enough.
Yeah, a bit of a flash phone practice in the meantime. I think it is gonna be the big craze of the year. Just people trying to get more comfortable with it and becoming maybe not a necessary part of the loadout, but there are spins where you can leave one item out, and if it's a free item, then just bring the phone and make your life a lot easier.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Like, it is a very powerful item, and I often find myself in situations where I think, well, okay, I have like 2 or 3 items I need here, and then like a crowbar is the last item or something in my loadout, which I really don't need, and that could be absolutely swapped out for the phone, which is a very powerful tool. But I just like many players, I have not really added it to my like standard repertoire of things I use on the regular, and like because I mean if you can bring it of course, but you also need to like in situations where it can be used, you like actually need to think of it and how to use it, which is really not that easy. But I think you're right that a lot more and more players will pick up on it.
Yeah, and I don't know how deep we want to get in this conversation, but I guess one extra words from me is that it's good for improvisation. We can play another Colorado, I don't mind.
I've missed up the buttons a little bit. Yes. So you can continue.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's at a point where you bring it in and you have improv, but to lean on it, to make it a main strat, I think you have to be really confident in your ability to chain these phone lures. Like I've seen the new Roulette Rivals video. I can't see myself bring the phone for Oscar, even though it's an itemless chain, I guess, because you can just use a Trank or Enigmatic early or late. Asado Sheffi Mendoza is of course a bit different because
yeah,
it's a big help when you lure, but I think it's gonna be very step by step, and I don't see, at least myself, becoming a big advocate for it, but maybe step by step.
Yeah, me neither. But I think you're absolutely right, and I think like that would be, I think it's a good guess of yours, or a good prediction. I'm gonna say that like at least like I don't think it will take over, at least not anytime soon, but at least that it will be more used more and more like for some things partially. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting developments. But yeah, as much as I like talking with you about like the general developments of Roulette,
Sorry.
Let's look out for so
before Ambrose, Zai wanted a 1 minute delay, so I think
of course.
I think it's 1 minute apart from this.
You are absolutely in the right in like interrupting for that. That is a very important message. I did not see that.
And gives us an extra minute to talk about your topic. Sorry.
Yes, no, I didn't really want to talk about anything. I just wanted to like
not talk about anything.
As much as I enjoy these general conversations with you, I think we can start talking a little bit about the next mech, Ambrose, which, as you said beforehand, is kind of known for.
You wouldn't think from the lifetime performance, but this is strictly the RR performance, and I think I could check Zai's page, but he has like 10 matches, 12. Of course, it's a limited amount of actually around 10 matches. This is 11th. So of course he runs out of the Ambrose picks, doesn't have the chance to play it a lot. But on stream during practice, it's definitely in line with his speedrunner mentality on this straightforward map.
Yep, I think you described it very well. And yeah, as you said, I mean it is his most picked map. Technically, he picked it 2 times, and every other map he picked like 1 or 0 times. So yes. In 10 matches, you don't have the biggest opportunities to pick a lot of maps. But yeah, absolutely, I agree that it is just a map he's favored for. Also makes it interesting though, because we have 6 rounds, right? And that means that he thought that his signature pick of Ambrose is a good, is well used against Spot here.
I'm really curious to see, since, yeah, the one round you want to win the most, of course, all rounds matter to one extent, but the round you want to win is round 6. So really, really curious to see Spot with the 1-1. It wouldn't be the opponent I would use Ambrose on.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I think it's also a mentality question, right? Like, I mean, all rounds technically are worth the same. So, but depends on how your tournament goes, where you will encounter the most difficult opponents, but also like where your like 6 picks you may want to pick makes the most sense. But in any case, let's actually get into Ambrose. If you don't mind, I'll read the spin out.
Go ahead.
We'll have for Noel Crest, consume poison as a militia soldier, and for Akka, we have a pistol as metalworker.
It's unique here for Noel. It's a twist in the actual plans, but I think it doesn't twist so much so as other unique kills. You have to change your starting location, which Zai already did. From Stilt Village, he will wake up the cook lady, poison the plate, and get ready for, I think it's a 320, but I would have to check my notes if it's anything more correct than that. He will get the militia soldier well in time.
Yep, I think it's, I think in my head it's like 315 or something, but it's like the same thing. But yeah, I absolutely agree with you. They'll just both prepare the poison. It is like Veal is in very fast. Spot is actually not starting Stilt Village, interestingly. Or I mean, okay, he will replan to it now.
Saved.
Yep. Zai was a bit of a long, elongated pause, but is now just preparing the poison.
This is the type of pause. Of course, there is no more items to check on hit maps, and he knows where to get the constant poison kill. I think this is just it's a Milanode pause to check the timing, to check the disguise grab, secure the second half of the spin. Yeah.
Yep. Maybe like gather his mental bearings as well. Like just where you want to go next from this, of course. You want to prepare explosives still pretty quickly before these pirates arrive here. But he should be quite fine. Of course, Zai is gonna do the standard practice of throwing the explosive here, but needs to be a bit careful. Nope, he's fine. Didn't get seen throwing it.
It was a little close.
Yes, it was a little close. He got even bushed while throwing it, but was not actually seen, was far enough away. And of course, that bomb will get delivered to the satellite control unit. But yeah, it's just standard practice. Spot will be even a bit later than that, so it should be fine. I mean, it won't matter anyway, like if the bomb gets delivered a little bit later. But he will take the safe way and probably just place it here. So it doesn't get seen throwing it. Makes sense.
And going to Zai, I think it was a very interesting dilemma. He, as far as I know, two-handed item in slightly nice ragdoll. Two-handed item in the bushes would be an itemless militia soldier disguise grab for Zai. Oh, don't KO him right there. But no one went for it, so time is ticking for him. I think he was maybe hoping to get the Akka emetic isolation kill, anything of the second kill, but now his priority is to just get that agency pickup, which is probably a sedative, but time is running out.
I mean, this is I think the like smuggling his item in here for the spin really hurts, right? Because he doesn't really need the durian. So, and doesn't need the cook, so that he just wasted quite a bit of time there. I mean, it's still fine, but he can't get Akka now before Noel, and that kind of hurts.
I think it's just an oversight of like happens to most of us. Happened to me yesterday.
Yeah,
when you change your starting location, you don't change the usual agency pickup with it. Amazing grab by Zai. I held my breath, but it still worked.
Very nice usage of the large item bush KO tech that was found. I would say recently. This game is out for quite a while. For me, this is recently found. Yeah, cannot get spotted there, but very nice usage of it. Will now change the metalworker. Spot is in the metalworker, and is already up here, so that's an advantage for him. But he also does not have a militia soldier yet, and he will need one soon-ish, in like half a minute.
Oh, but this is great. I've never seen anyone go for this soldier, except for, of course, the exit kills, but he's going to go to the bridge.
That is nice. That is a nice one. Like, that makes so much sense here, right? Because, I mean, he needs to hurry up a little bit. I mean, he has 2 tranks as well, so he couldn't just trank both.
I would have maybe started on the other NPC, but should still work out.
God, that is such a nice... Yeah, that is so nice. And then he, like, cause it's a pistol kill as well, he doesn't need to go all the way back to Akka.
Troubles for Zai. Sorry to interrupt, but that's
No, it's absolutely correct.
target lockdown question mark, and if it's the downstairs NPC, then Zai can exit in time. If it's the any other NPC, then he will get found very late.
But yes, that was what like talking about for Spot as well, because like, yeah, that is, of course, you really don't want that to happen. I mean, yeah, like Spot maybe a little bit faster even with his strat, but Zai just a minute and quicker, and he was looking so good, and then that is just really unfortunate.
Because otherwise it was a really nicely game stream by Zai, and I think Spot's approach is really cool here as well. I don't think you can execute it much better. I was thinking about it, but the militia soldier is, I think, just a bit out of the way, so you can't get the full Akka kill in time. So this is the next best thing. Spot with the second kill, and we'll head to the exit now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's not like a huge difference, but it's a very nice strat as well. And he didn't, like, he even placed a gun. He didn't make any noise, really. So I don't think, and he didn't explode the satellite, no NTK or something, so I don't see any way how this could go wrong for him anymore. But that is really unfortunate for Zai, that he was definitely ahead.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Zai is so knowledgeable at Ambrose, and he can knock off many spins first tries. But I feel like this is the one map where he's maybe still a bit too fast for his own good, and I know this is the most familiar map for him, I think, at least one of. And I think this will, of course, hurt, so don't want to really put salt in the wounds, but yeah, Zai is such a nice and fast player, but sometimes too fast. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, and I think that's a problem that many players like experienced. It's part of the like natural roulette journey, I'd say. When you play a map a lot, that you like are overthinking and wanting to like complete spins too fast for your own good. That absolutely is a real issue. But I mean, in this case, yeah, it was just a bit too much lockdown. Sad. But it's not really over at all. Both can absolutely still win this. Now we'll move on to our first map not picked by the players, but by RNG, which is going to be Chongqing. And yeah, Spot leading 3-1, but Zai can absolutely equalize with this one.
I think 4 plays from Spot is significant, because I'm seeing, I'm looking at the player page now, 40 matches played, 47 maps played, which is nice. 4 is definitely above average. Sapi is on 5, Chongqing is next in a 4-way tie. So I expect this to be a familiar place to Spot. While we don't know for Zai, and Zai has played even fewer maps, it's yet another short-ish, straightforward-ish, speedrun-ish map, which I think I could associate with him.
I mean, you're right, but also, actually, Zai played Chongqing once in tournaments, and it was this tournament in round 1 against Pac, and they timeout tied, if you remember. It was quite iconic, actually. They like solved the other spins quite quickly, all of them, but they timeout tied on Chongqing.
Hash Electro, I see. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Hash Electro. Difficult condition, absolutely, no question. But that might mess with his brain here, because his only performance on Chong so far is a timeout tie.
Yeah, I think that's a good reason to to bring it up just to... Okay, first RNG map is Chongqing. Oh, I didn't do so well there. That probably plays in your mind. It could mean that, you know, actually it could mean good things and bad things. It could mean that lack of confidence, but it could mean that his gameplay is slowed down. And if it's combined with an easier spin, a two dronable spin, then I think he could be back in the saddle.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. Yeah, as I said, we haven't really like we've only seen that one spin from Dai, so we don't really know what his Chongqing level is, but we will find out very soon, and I'm excited for that. But and I generally agree with your assessment that it is a map that I think fits him as a player. I don't know if he likes it or not, but just from a gameplay style perspective. So this will be very interesting, certainly.
We have the one tie already, and hope we won't get more. And this is the round for 5 ties, so we're on the way there. But of course, Spot can
Maybe
can ruin the party. Yeah, that's true. So we continue with map number 3 here, and we have Hush, Silent SMG as facility guard, and TKO, so red box again, and Imogen Royce, letter opener, researcher. Straightforward. I don't know if it's too droneable. Yes, I think it is. Yeah, to go behind and start the imaging kill.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna be the analyst on this one, because I still have not really fully grasped 2-drone and its implications. But like, if you're just speaking about it classically, you could absolutely start with the facility guard and then make your way upwards and downwards again. That's absolutely like if you aren't a 2-drone player, you can absolutely do what Zai does, and actually Spot as well. Spot was maybe originally going for 2-drone, but now we planned for this, so both going for the classic approach.
I like the long plan from both of them because they have, I'm mostly sure that they have weighed the options, whether to go for the 2-drone. Are they confident on it? Do they think the researcher plus letter opener detour is too long? Do they want to risk the silence SMG from upstairs, downstairs? It's a risky final kill, and they ended up with this very straightforward and very simple and good strategy of Hush first.
Absolutely. Like, this strategy will net you a completely fine time. It's not slow at all. 2-drone might be faster on this. As I said, I'm not an expert. I could imagine it here. I could see it here. So that might be like a consideration where you think, okay, it's my opponent doing 2-drone. But in generally, I absolutely agree with you that I like not overrushing it, and they both did that and have settled on this very nice and classic approach. And now they are pretty much in sync. Spot a little bit ahead, but generally it will be we'll see. Oh, sorry.
You popped something?
yeah, no, not quite. I really hurt I bumped with my hand onto the metal microphone. It quite hurt.
But your noise cancelling is good because the stream didn't die to it. I'm glad you didn't either.
That is good. Yeah, I'm all good, thank you.
While you recover, that's a KO for Zai.
No! Ah, that sucks, man. I was about to say, like, they're both doing so well and so in sync, but then it's just like you just don't pay like attention for 1 second, and you don't really focus on that no KO part. It can happen to everyone, I think. Then just KO and immediately realize.
And it happened at the same second as Spot would have picked up, and he definitely didn't pick up the letter opener. Glad that we are making this question, and he as well. And that's the second item, but so sad for Zai, because it was actually tied, and I don't know if, like, of course, for a finish tie is always a possibility, but we would have been towards a very, very close finish.
Yeah, for sure. That would have been great to see. Now Spot firmly in the lead. But of course, it's not done and dusted yet. We will have to wait and see. I haven't paid attention to when he shot a drone. I'm not sure if it was just right now or earlier, so I'm not sure where. Okay, well, it seems to be
fairly recent, but he has the time, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Which makes sense here, to be fair. Yeah, you wouldn't, like, it's a fairly quick spin, so don't really want to wait too long on Imogen.
I
But this is of course a great timing.
don't know what's the best timing is, or if the pro players can time it better. Of course, when Imogen leaves the core, then you can turn the two NPCs, kill Imogen, KO the guard, and then head for the exit. Next best thing is to just wait for this middle of the stairs. Didn't really lose a couple of seconds or more than that, and it's a 4-14 finish by Spot, and he's 5-1 up on his match point.
Also, yeah, he really paid attention to that lady, waited till I turned the corner, played very safe, which makes a lot of sense here. Very well done by Spot.
But luckily it's not over in 3 maps, not even 3 short maps, because of course we've been here for close to an hour. We are definitely going to Miami, and if Zai wins, then we will go to the final map as well. With the 5-5 tie still possibility. So Zai kind of playing for half a point, with Spot securing the other half already, which I don't know how much it plays on someone's mind, but still believe that these 2 maps will be important to these players.
Yeah. I mean, probably also a personality question, right? Because like, when we've both been recently in a 5-5 tie. To be fair, yours was on the very last map, so you couldn't have known it beforehand. But I mean, I was already like, I was 5-1 up, right? And so like, there was that part. It didn't really impact me that much, but it was nice to know like you can't lose anymore, right? That's something. But might also, might also be negative, because you maybe like you're like, I already got the save, so you're maybe you're subconsciously letting aren't taking that serious anymore, which is which could happen. But I don't think so. I don't think it plays too big a role. I think it's just nice. I think Spot will absolutely try his best to get another half point, and I will for surely fiercely fight to win the next 2 maps.
I only know how to get 5-5, not 4-0 lead, and I can tell you it sucks. So
that is fair. That is fair.
Hopefully it won't be the same Spot if Zai can equalize, and hopefully Zai won't feel bad if he can't equalize, because of course it is round 2 only of the Swiss stage, with both players still very much in contention, even with a loss. And I don't want to be overconfident or anything about what is the threshold to advance to the knockout stage, but if 55 entrants and 2 early dropouts meant that 4 points was barely not enough, then 52 players minus 2 dropouts would surely mean that 4 points will be enough, and maybe 3.5 as well.
No, it's not mathematically guaranteed, but it's very likely at least. Yeah, exactly. As you said, is just a few less, and that makes it all the more likely how it works out. But it would be nice, Of course, we have quite a few tiebreakers if needed, but how nice would it be if it would all be clean by points? Yeah, Swiss just a very exciting format, and can't wait for all the getting closer to the end of the Swiss stage and looking at all the possibilities of how it will go.
I'm just excited for the draw, which is not really a draw, but spreadsheets and algorithms.
Spreadsheet and algorithms. Could you have picked anything better for us to?
It's a fun name for a show no one else would watch, but
yeah, it's true. Absolutely.
As I said in chat, that the intention is to wait for, of course, the final match of round 2, which starts at 19 CST, and then probably takes an hour or shorter or longer, and then work on round 3 after that. Which, yeah, we won't wait for 23 CST or something like that. Just get this one out as soon as possible. And there's the Miami spin as soon as it is ready for you, Yanni.
Exactly. It is here. We have to eliminate. Players have to kill Theronox with a silent sniper rifle as a Kronstadt researcher, and Robert Knox with a falling object as Kronstadt security. Quite Kronstadt themed. Also, another silent sniper rifle spin, which is not usable for the car anymore. Players will probably remember that. Yeah, pretty interesting.
There was a time when I think sniper rifle could have been used for Sierra's car, which would make this a very different spin, but with this, you have to bring the researcher to Sierra's side, you have to bring Robert to the aquarium, at least you don't have to bring the disguise because it comes with him. but far from a straightforward spin as far as Miami's go. Of course, there is the Sierra Fall and falling object fire. The accidents can make it tricky for her, but other than that, it is definitely one of the more difficult ones.
Yep, absolutely agree. And that is, as you said, very interesting because yeah, now you have quite a bit of back and forth. Both players starting as event crew to get that Quonset researcher quickly. Which I find just interesting because you could have also opted for like a Quonset start itself, but of course it also makes sense. You're quite close. Zai doing an immediate restart. I'm not sure exactly what, but maybe he didn't want to get spotted by the camp. Didn't want to lead the camps.
Did he even get spotted by the cams?
He did, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. But yeah, that's probably the reason. Plus, he picked up the Octane booster. What is that stuff anyway? Because maybe he's misremembering the mission story because you need a screwdriver to sabotage the car. Not an Octane booster.
Gonna be very interesting because, I mean, it would very often make sense to me to do this kill first, which is something you really rarely see. Yeah, as you said, it's a very good guess from you. He does misremember the screwdriver, which is decently close by. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have gone for that one, but that one also is probably not even much slower. I'm just gonna climb up one level here.
Nope, it's right here, thanks to Afro's guide, which was released a week ago. She showcased it, and I think that's where a lot of us learned the closest screwdriver. So very nice by Zai.
That's so nice. Yeah, I only remember the other one in the side room, but that's really good actually. I did not know that one.
And
I only know the one.
This genius move, obviously, this is the only reason why Zai takes the lead. But no, Spot was caught in around the same area.
Yep. But I just found very interesting because we usually don't see like a lot of time spent here in this area of the map, and also we usually don't see a Robert kill first. It chains quite nicely here because you don't have to come back then. You can just take care of the kill, and then leave for Sierra and exit there, which is just something you don't see very often. So it makes for exciting approaches here.
I'm trying to make sense of this confusion by Zai. Of course, it is fair that he hasn't really done this skill a lot. Oh. What? Oh, okay. Now he uses the Octane booster. He's just unsure, I guess, why the delay on Robert's side. But now he's running down and he should be in line for this bullet distraction. I think that still works, but the enforcer not.
But Robert doesn't hear shit! Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't remember it be this precise, but all the guides show it that you have to shoot close to Robert, and it actually makes the difference, I see.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen that. I mean, I don't think it really matters. Like, yeah, I think there's a lot of spots you can shoot. I don't think I have a specific one, but yeah, I mean, I think the timing was just off. Robert was a bit too far down already, maybe. And then even this tried to save it with that shot, but I think it was also a bit misplaced. But of course, he was like in a bit of a panic, so that's fair. But yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. The sound doesn't quite work out like he wanted to there. Spot using a different approach, waiting here upstairs, so he can just go behind and KO them both. That should be a bit safer.
One thing that is consistent in Spot slowdowns, the third map in a row, where he has the flash phone, but he needs that flash phone to KO Robert with.
I don't have a KO them. To be fair, okay, actually, I mean, he could have locked down as well to the different spot. Luckily, he locked down here, so that actually worked out in his favor, yeah. It probably was his plan, even.
Yeah, I wasn't super sure if he would lock down there, because we have seen it from Zai.
Exactly, yeah.
He has different lockdown spots depending on where he's locking down. That's a 206. I don't think you can do much quicker than that.
Yep, that's really nicely done. And he's also, again, here for Quonset Researcher. Just really nice flow so far from Spot.
You heard that, right?
Yeah, and here's to swap away from the scissors. Just picked up by habit, but it's gonna be the second disguise already, and once again leaned forward to see. But it's probably gonna be across that paddock where the silent sniper is. Very straightforward
Oh,
second half.
he even showed it to us. Thank you.
Stream sniping is usually frowned upon, but I appreciate the help spot.
I think honestly he was just looking for. I mean, I think he remembered where his smuggle is. I think he just was looking for the fastest way out.
Figured I'd try out a new beat, you know?
Because yeah, I mean, you absolutely like. You also really think about the route. I mean, you could have absolutely climbed out the window, or like not climbed out the window, just like went that direction. But then also we need the key card, so I think it makes sense for him to go to the other side of the map first and grab his sniper rifle. I'm not sure where he's going now, to be fair. But we'll see. Spot will show us.
Sai has a huge knowledge check ahead of him.
Yep.
I think Robert is looking down to the car from the other side, which
Oh,
I guess could be a feature of early lockdowns. I don't fully remember, as Sig by Spot, I don't fully remember what the way to solve this, so I think I would have to look up the same guide that Zai might be. I think you have to do one more bullet distraction to change Robert's way so that he goes to the aquarium. This will mean that one extra guard will for Robert, so just a couple extra things to look out for, but Zai ends up restarting, unfortunately.
which is fair, of course. But it really sets him back quite a lot. I mean, he was already behind, but it sets him back even more. We'll see if Spot can make the rest of this work out cleanly. This is interesting.
That's a missed shot, right? Like, of course, the shot did hit, but not where you wanted.
But exactly. He's gonna use his egg for this. I don't think that's what he wanted to use it for.
I think it's fine because I can't think of a part of the spin where the egg would be needed anymore.
Exactly, me neither. That should be fine.
He pushed by. Oh god!
Oh my god, was that close? Holy shit, I was like 95%.
Yeah, and
Filled
it
up.
took so long until I think we even realized. I think the Spot realized before us that he was being whooshed by upstairs. It's a nice improvisation.
Pretty well done, yeah. Oh my gosh, but yeah, nah, that was really close. But now he got that part out of the way. Now should be looking pretty good. Did not get a distraction here. Oh, someone was still attached to the briefcase?
Yes,
assume?
yes, the
Oh yes,
outside
of course,
guard.
outside, yes. Makes sense, right, he did the distraction with the briefcase. That makes sense. So use the hammer instead. So of course you cannot distract two people with the same item. And now you'll just change and do the classic sugar interruption of the race. And we'll have to wait the cutscene out. Meanwhile, Zai gets started on this again. Of course, is so far behind. He has not saved anymore if Spot doesn't mess up. But you know, nothing's done yet.
Yeah. Bearing any catastrophes, Spot will
Yes.
win this one.
Say what?
It is really straightforward part. With sugar, it is just gonna be the peekaboo. It's a life kill, so KOing will also work. If I could think of really anything, is if Spot goes through the other door
Yeah.
without
that's
hiding
true.
Sierra, just trying to think of all the combinations. That's like one thing that could make her body fun.
And the peekaboo didn't work.
Yeah, that too. At least that should only delay.
Oh yeah,
This
but
is-
the door might have if it would have been too close. The door. But what is happening? Does he still have a peekaboo active? I couldn't imagine so. From where? He's not getting the peekaboo off. He's getting the full whoosh, but she's not coming.
Finally.
Okay, now, there you go.
That's good because my explanations would have been, yeah, much worse. Because maybe
at
you know
Zai
from
on
the yeah.
Sorry, but like Robert was so far ahead of his guard that like that was crazy. The guard was even on top of the stairs while Robert was like leaving the stairs.
Ooh, and they
He gets lost
detached from
in
each
the
other.
Yes, which is maybe also fine for Zai, but of course it won't matter anyway because Spot cleanly got that kill. Just needs to not get spotted by the camera. Will be a bullet impact, but does not matter honestly. That's just the guy on the stairs. He will not matter for all those bodies. Gotten the medic and Spot is out to win this match 7-1.
Robert knocks down.
Very nicely done by
Now for the
Spot.
air.
Unfortunately for Zai, I think he had definitely good chances in of course, Colorado, because both players were close to finishing. I think Ambrose, he was ahead, and Chongqing, he was tied with Spot, so I'm sure it will be just a little disappointing, but it's a very, very long way to go, and with a 1 point person, as a 1 point person, it's a very wide range of players he could get in round 3. So chances are that he can bounce back, and he will bounce back and score extra points in this tournament.
Exactly. There's still 4 rounds to go. Nothing is decided yet. As we said, like 4 points probably, will be good. So, yeah, still like can absolutely win 3 out of the 4 remaining, and like depends of course on the draw. But as I definitely showed some potential here, sadly just quite a few too many rips. And aside from Colorado, Spot really plays this cleanly. So, yeah, can't fault that at all.
I think Spot did really well, especially. I think he's shaping up like a new age, very solid player with all the newer strats, the phone.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think, I don't know if Chris had the chance to use it in his matches, but without him, I think he would be the player with the most phone usage this tournament. So it's very exciting to see. If it is the way forward, then Spot should be ahead of the curve. And he will be ahead of the curve in the standings as well, because he's on 2 points, difference of 4, Buchholz of 0.7. He's 7th. Well, he's one of the 8 who are perfect so far.
Yes.
I think that's the only part that matters.
Exactly.
And
I mean,
Zai, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all the tiebreaker points aren't that too important anyway, especially not right now. So, like, yeah, just he's basically tied in first, I want to say, which is a very nice position to go off. But of course, means also the opponent field is getting thinner and thinner. So quite a lot of tough matchups you can get there, especially because the draw is weight, which doesn't make a huge difference yet, but it will soonish. So that's definitely a factor. And as you said, Zai still with 1 point, just like exactly in the middle of the field, which is pretty close to the advancing as well. So plenty of opportunities to rack in more points.
Exactly, very nicely said. In terms of matches remaining, I think it is exactly these 3, 6, 7 remaining from round 2. 3 will be in the next couple hours, and 4 will be firmly on Sunday. Of course, time zones may vary, especially if Peter Dutton or Beatles are watching us from a different day. But next match is Dinosaur versus Falcon in little less than 3 hours, casted by Currymaker. And we also have 4 later tonight. Actually, with a 1 hour difference between these 3 matches, Mu versus Script at midnight, Central European time, and at 1 a.m., Nezuko-chan versus Apricot. Yeah, Nezuko's match is a winner versus winner, and Mu's is the only one that is a point mismatch, because we had an odd numbered winners, I think 23 or something.
Yep.
So we have a little bit of everything, but I think what this second round showed, entertaining and exciting matches come from all parts of the bracket, and we just don't know who will advance yet.
Exactly. Very well said. Gonna be exciting matches. Stick around for that. And then, of course, after the 4 matches tomorrow, as we already mentioned beforehand, will be the draw. But like, no set time. Sometime soonish after the Somewhere in Person Kamboja match is done.
That is true. Any last words, Yanni, from this match?
Yeah, I mean, I think Spots showed a very aside from that Colorado where both players struggled a lot, I think Spots showed a very solid performance, very very well done. Just like always has like safe strats and executes them well. And Zai has, I mean, as we expect from him, really nice strats, but just a few too many riffs. But I think he's definitely a player that can advance, as we nearly saw last tournament. And I think that'd be really exciting. And I think I'm excited to see if they can make the cutoff or not. But in any case, it was a great match. I haven't casted in a while. It was a great pleasure. I think, thank you for having me.
I'm very glad that you could join me, and I think we all are enjoying your cast, so we are all enjoying your return, and I hope that you will cast a lot more this tournament, and maybe we can cast together as well.
I will try. Yes, that sounds like a plan.
Awesome, awesome. And yeah, one more shout out because you were the admin as well. So thank you so much for doing that one as well.
No worries.
And GG's to both players. Thank you everyone for watching. And until next time, see you everyone.
Bye.